questioning your thoughts and removing labels. That's what we're talking about today, so stick around. Hey my friends, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I want to read something to you that I posted on my Instagram yesterday. It says, question everything you've been taught to believe. Differentiate between your thoughts and their thoughts. Your inner voice is hidden under the rubbish of modern culture, your childhood fears of not belonging, your parents' expectations, and all the other boxes that the world told you to fit inside. Question everything. Question your habits. Question what makes you mad and why it pisses you off so bad. Question your behaviors, your responses, your fight or flight reaction, your survival skills. Question your judgments, what you despise. Question why you despise it so much. Question ideologies, beliefs, traditions. Question it all until you hear yourself thinking. When you hear your unfiltered voice, you may feel you're on the edge of going crazy. But who says you're going crazy is a bad thing? What if you're not going crazy? What if you're just waking up? Question everything, because the truth you are seeking is seeking you. I wanted to share that with you because so often we can grab a hold of these beliefs, these labels, and we can place them on ourselves. And then we get buried up under all these other voices, all these other thoughts, all these other beliefs, and things that you were taught to believe or lean into or identify yourself by because you've never actually thought for yourself. One of the things that I believe was skin flushing, and I know that I have it actively, it happens to me. So it's not that I have conquered all the things in life, but one thing I do feel that I've really conquered is being aware and questioning and still questioning, because the thing is about our belief systems and what we identify by and what we anchor to make up ourselves and make us feel this sense of safety are things that we've collected throughout our life. So if you had a really rough childhood experience, like for example, I was telling my husband this story the other day about how I remember I was in 4th grade. I wore a green sweater and I had on white tights. I remember it like it was yesterday. And I was a poor kid, but I lived in a very wealthy county. So I went to a very wealthy school just by chance. My parents moved us into the area and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I remember that I just wanted to fit and belong with those girls that were so cute, and they always wore the cutest outfits, and their hair was always done, and they just looked clean and nice, and I wanted to look like them and be like them. And so I would try to replicate what they looked like. And I didn't realize, I was telling my husband, I probably look so ratchet and crazy, but I was trying to piece some stuff together to look like them because my parents wouldn't buy those type of clothes for me because I had a bunch of hand-me-downs. But I remember piecing together an outfit and I thought it was so cute, and I'm pretty sure that people were like, what the hell is this kid doing? But I just remember feeling so cute, and these girls that I really admired, there were 3 of them, but one was the front runner, and they walked up to me on the playground and they said, we feel like you're trying to copy us and be like us. And I remember that was traumatizing to me, but I acted like, I don't care. But I still can remember it to this day because I remember how it made me feel that I was trying to look like them and I didn't pull it off really well, and that I kind of got made fun of. And I remember in my survival, I was like, I will never get made fun of again. So I started to perform even better and replicate the world around me even better so that I could fit into all these boxes so that I would never be labeled as not belonging. And I dealt with that all the way through my early adulthood, mid-adulthood. I'm like 35 years old, but up until probably about 6 years ago. So I know that we're all on a path of growing and expanding and evolving in our lives, but I share that story with you because that altered me as a kid. So we all have certain things that have followed us throughout our lives that altered us, whether we were kids, whether we were part of church groups, whether it was something that happened at work or you got fired and then something happened in your psyche, so now you always get fired. And I think that we have to stop and question why has my life always gone this way? What decisions am I making that's making this be the outcome? And where am I playing a victim and not taking responsibility for the things that are happening around me? Doesn't mean that people have not betrayed you or hurt you or harmed you or been wrong to you, but you can't control any of that outside stuff. So when we're talking about our skin flushing and this, especially if it's an anxious reaction, not a histamine intolerance or something that has to do with an allergy, but it's actually an anxiety reaction. How often are you walking around saying, I have anxiety, and keeping that alive in yourself because you're identifying that you are who you are and anxiety is a part of you. Now, you guys have heard me talk before about how anxiety and fight or flight is a natural wiring inside of our bodies as humans. That's part of being human. But when you lean on, I can't function properly because I have anxiety. I can't do this because I have anxiety. Quick story. In my company, we just had to part ways with someone who identified by the fact that she was on the spectrum. Now, she was very high functioning, and she was fine. You know, she did good for a few months, and then all of a sudden she started falling off with some of her behaviors and not getting work done. And no matter how many times we talked to her, she would say, well, I'm on the spectrum. Well, I'm on the spectrum. But we saw her do good work. So it seemed like it's not questioning that she had challenges in her life. We all have challenges in our life, but she was capable of getting that work done. But every time we'd call her out on, you've taken your foot off the gas, she would lean on, well, I'm on the spectrum. I know other people who are on the spectrum and you would never know it because they understand it's a part of their life, but they don't identify by it because they're not using it as a crutch to lean on. They have to fight even harder to stay focused or to be responsible in certain areas where they feel cluttered and crazy a little bit, especially in structured corporate environments. So anyway, I just wanted to point that out on this Monday morning as we're getting our week started up here. What are the patterns, identities, labels, and beliefs that you have right now that are limiting you and that are making you stay in this stuffed little box? And is that contributing to the anxiety that you're experiencing that may be causing the skin flushing? Just some things for us to think about today as we kick off this Monday morning. And I will talk to you all tomorrow.